Some places exist beyond the edge of imagination. This isn't water, this isn't sky, this is Bolivia. What you're about to see will reveal when this impossible mirror appears, where to find flamingos at 12,000 feet, and how to access a vertical city that touches the clouds. Beyond the edge of the map, curiosity calls. GoBeyondia, first class for curious. Welcome to Salar de Uyuni, a 4,000 square miles of pure salt stretching to eternity. Nature's own sacred geometry, carved by 40,000 years of ancient lakes that simply vanished, leaving behind the world's largest mirror. But here's the secret most miss. This mirror only appears during rainy season's end, March through April, when reflections are perfect, but skies are clearing. And this is just the beginning. Some places you visit, others, they visit you back. Bolivia didn't just show me landscapes, it rewrote my understanding of what travel can do to a human soul. This is what happens when you stop collecting destinations and start collecting transformations. This is Travel 5.0. This is GoBeyondia. As the sun began to set over the Salar, I found myself looking back at the entire day we'd spent in this impossible place. Hours of walking on crystallized dreams, of watching our reflections dance with clouds, of silence so complete it felt like meditation. And in that sunset, painting the salt flats in colors that don't have names, I realized this wasn't just the end of a day. It was the end of who I used to be. If this made you question reality, you're going to love what's coming. Hit subscribe, we're just getting started. The drive through the Andes afterward felt like traveling through the spine of the world itself. These mountains have watched civilizations rise and fall, have seen the Inca, the Spanish, the modern world, and they remain utterly unchanged. Sitting in that vehicle, winding through peaks that pierce the sky, I understood something about permanence and impermanence. The mountains reminded me how small my problems really are, how brief my time is, how precious this exact moment, right now, actually is. Then, we reached the red flamingos. In this landscape of salt and stone, where nothing should survive, there they were, hundreds of them, painting the white desert pink with their impossible beauty. Watching them move through these mineral lakes, I felt something shift inside me. If life this elegant can thrive in conditions this harsh, what excuses was I making about my own circumstances? These flamingos didn't just survive, they flourished, they danced, they turned the world's most desolate place into a celebration. But nothing prepared me for Sol de Mañana. Standing at nearly 5,000 meters above sea level, watching the earth literally boil beneath my feet, I felt like I was witnessing the planet's dreams. Steam rising from fumaroles at over 200 degrees. Mud pools bubbling with volcanic intensity. The smell of sulfur mixing with the thin mountain air. This wasn't just geology. This was the earth showing me its raw, unfiltered power. In that moment, surrounded by this primordial energy, I realized how disconnected I'd become from the forces that actually sustain life. Here was the planet, alive and breathing and creating, while I'd been living as if the world was just scenery for my existence. Ready for more impossible places? Where will your curiosity take you next? Drop a comment and join the GoBeyonders. Then came the geysers. Water shooting skyward from deep within the earth, following rhythms older than human civilization. Standing there, watching these natural fountains erupt with perfect timing, I understood something about trust. The earth doesn't question when it's time to release. It doesn't hold back its power out of fear. These geysers taught me about letting go, about trusting the pressure building inside me to create something beautiful when the moment is right. And then we found him, a southern viscacha, part rabbit, part chinchilla, entirely at peace. While I was gasping in the thin air, struggling with the altitude, this little mountain master was simply basking. watching him eat an apple, perfectly content in conditions that challenged my every breath, I learned something about finding calm in harsh circumstances. La Paz sits at 12,000 feet, and every breath is a conscious choice. The altitude doesn't just thin your blood, it thins the veil between who you think you are and who you actually could be. Bolivia is one of South America's poorest countries in GDP. But watching children play football on a dirt field with pure joy radiating from their faces, I realized I'd been measuring wealth completely wrong. But here's what really changed me. Bolivia forced me to confront my own assumptions about progress, about success, about what a developed life actually looks like. Bolivia enriched my life not because it's exotic, but because it's honest. It strips away everything non-essential and shows you what humans actually need to thrive. That's Travel 5.0. Not just seeing the world, but letting the world reshape you. GoBeyondia, beyond imagination. First class for curious.